Okay, ladies, now let's get information. I say, okay, ladies, now let's get information. You know you that bitch when you cause all this conversation. Always stay gracious, best revenge is your paper.
Hey, it's your girl, that thick writer chick, Miss Courtney Lyric. Long time no here. I have been busy with a lot of different projects, so it has pulled me away for about 6 months from the podcast, but I'm back. And for the end of the year, I just wanted to do a quick wrap up. And please keep in mind that this is all in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So last year we had a lot of good content, a lot of good shows, a lot of good, things on streaming, some good films too. I'm not going to focus on films today because I really didn't have time to sit and think. And honestly, not a whole lot of films just jumped out at me to make a list. But television wise, as far as on streaming platforms and things like that, I ain't gonna lie. We got some quality content for 2024. So I'm gonna start with again, in my opinion, top 10 shows, pretty much on streaming, things such as Netflix, Disney, Hulu, Amazon Prime, stuff like that. And again, this is in my opinion. What was actually, based on the, I don't know, Rotten Tomatoes or whatever. What was based on the scores of what people really liked as far as the top 100, top 10. Those things can be found on Google. Again, it is in my opinion. So, all right, top 10 shows. We're going to start with number one for me, Your Honor on Netflix. Well, technically, I think it originally aired on like Showtime or something, but it came to Netflix over the summer. And I got to say, it was okay. The things I look for in a show or in a movie, I'm looking for character development, character arc, plot twists that make sense, that are good, a well written storyline, action that makes sense. What else? But Your Honor, it had all of that. It wasn't a period piece. It was based on modern day, I believe, in New Orleans, which is even better because I'm a Louisiana girl. So it surrounded a judge whose son didn't make the best decision when something tragic happened, and he ended up fucking with the wrong people. And it put a lot of people just in harm's way, including the son. So the main character is a judge, and he's my favorite kind of main character, which is a complex main character. Jon Snow is cool. The Penguin is cool, but like a complex character who isn't necessarily a hero, but isn't necessarily a villain either. He's not a bad person. I think I've come to find when most characters who aren't, flat out bad do stuff that isn't technically morally right, is usually in the name of love. So, yes, he was doing a lot of immoral things to protect his son, which in the end, I don't want to spoil it. I don't like spoiling stuff. But for me to say it's number one is that good, I don't want to ruin it for you. But when I say the plot twist, the twist and turns, the story, it did not stop from the first episode to the last episode. So Your Honor on Netflix is number one for me. Number two, Netflix again. We have Eric. It's starring, what's his name? I call him Doctor Strange, but Cumberbatch. Eric, I don't know. What's his name? Hell, Doctor Strange. Y'all know what I'm talking about, Doctor Strange. But anyway, and it pretty much it takes place in the 80s. The main character, or Doctor Strange, if you will, is a puppeteer and also a father. I don't know if it was him seeing the imaginary thing or the boy seeing the imaginary thing, both of them, either way. But the main premise of the story was his son went missing, and a little bit before his son went missing, another like a 14-year-old black woman missing. So that was a subplot that was very interesting, and there were so many big name people or people who have pull who were connected to that young man's death or to the cover up of that death. And it just showed the dynamics of a missing white child versus a missing black child and the disregard. Once again, Doctor Strange, I'm sorry, I do not have his real name on hand. Um, One thing I have noticed about him, no matter what role he plays, he is a pretentious asshole. This was no different. Even as Doctor Strange, if you watch the first Doctor Strange, he was a pretentious asshole in that movie. Like he played on Star Trek, same deal. Like he plays a pretentious asshole well, who isn't necessarily a villain. So he wasn't the best father. He damn sure wasn't the best husband, but he wasn't necessarily a villain. He just wasn't on top of his shit. So another complex character. He just had his head in La La Land, and real life was just kicking his ass. But it ended well. The story kept you interested. I don't know if I would say there was a full character arc development. Did the main character even really change much? I guess. I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch it, but I did remember it was edge of your seat, good writing. It was good. Not better than Your Honor, but it was good. So, Eric for number 2 on Netflix. For number 3, and again, this is in my opinion, Interview with the Vampire, season 2. Now, we did get a new Claudia this season, so I was a little concerned at first. I think a lot of fans were concerned, can the new Claudia deliver? And I think she did excellent. I love her. I love her. I feel like the first Claudia we had did season 1 right. And I feel like this Claudia was a more mature Claudia. And she did. I'll put it like this. I don't know if she could have done season 1, and I don't know if the season 1 girl could have done season 2. So it actually worked out really well. It turned out Armand was a piece of shit, a lying for several decades, damn near a century piece of shit, who was very handsome. I'm still Team Louis, even though Louis is a huge simp. He definitely failed our girl Claudia more times than I care to think. And but I do not like Lestat still. And I feel I'm trying not to ruin it, but because even if you've seen the movie or read the books, it was slightly different. So I'm still not Team Lestat. I'm sorry, I'm not. Ever since season 1, episode 5, it's been to hell with Lestat and his blonde hair. But does he play Sam Reed? I think that's his name. Does he play the role well? Yes. That final episode when they met back up in New Orleans, I don't even like Lestat, and they had me in tears. They really did. It's toxic as fuck, but it's some kind of love, and do we not root for that? So, yeah, I'm eager to see season 3, which is going to be more so based around Lestat, which is kind of disappointing because, again, I don't really like Lestat. I like Louis, I like Claudia, but their story has, for the most part, come to an end. But yeah, the writing, the acting, the character development, the unraveling of truths, all that jazz. So they did the damn thing. Anne Rice Universe, way to go. I ain't gonna lie, it had all the feels, especially that last episode. So yeah. Number 4, which shouldn't be much of a surprise because I did a whole podcast on this show. X-Men 97 from Disney. For if you want to call it a children's show or animation, I gotta say okay, there were some people that felt like, oh, it was rushed. They put several storylines into one episode and it was rushed and blah blah. But okay, maybe. There's actually 2, maybe 3 on my list that were technically slightly rushed, but if it's still good and rushed, that only means you could have gave us more and we would have been okay with it. But this is not the age of the 90s where one season is, this is an anime. One season doesn't get 23 episodes. You got your 8 and you got to make it shake with your 8. So, shoot, you might get a little bit more than that, maybe 10, but you're not getting no, like, these aren't sitcoms, so you're not getting no 20 episodes a season. No, you got to bring it home. with your 8 to 10 episodes. And I feel like X-Men 97 did an excellent job at taking what is supposed to be a children's show and or adult animation, whatever, and making it very relatable. The times, like, art imitates life anyway. So X-Men 97 and the times we're living in are very, they mirror each other a lot. As far as character development and character arcs, Magneto, absolutely. Like, first of all, I've never seen a Magneto I didn't like. So this was no different. There were a lot of people, the anti-wokers, they live to ruin most anything. And they was on Disney's ass about his hair being too long and him looking feminine and blah blah. Shut your ass up. But Magneto was magnificent. Charles was on some bullshit. It's kind of like Interview with the Vampires. Like, the one that was supposed to be bad is who was holding it down, and then the one that's supposed to be good, Charles was in space with his bird queen and bullshitting, while all types of shit was happening here on Earth, and Magneto had to hold it down. So, and he did. I think Magneto might have been next to Gambit. That is, might have been my favorite character. Storm had her own little subplot going on. So I mean, good stuff, Disney. I don't know if we're gonna get that same quality for season 2 because a lot of drama behind the scenes with the showrunner. I hate that. I really wish, because he brought the noise. He did the damn thing with season 1. So I hope that momentum continues, even if we don't get the same person. So, but anywho, number 4. Speaking of Disney, and again, this is in my opinion. This is my shit. So I gotta say, and this was a left field. Nobody asked for this show. Nobody wanted it, and me included. Like, Agatha all along, number 5. Nobody asked for this. Nobody cares about Agatha. I'm not even sure why they thought we needed this, but I'm damn glad Disney gave us this. First of all, it was very adult to say it was a Disney show. It had the anti-wokers mad as fuck, which I'm always down for that. I will say episode 1 and 2 was a little bit of a slow burn, but once it got cooking, it was cooking with heat. I was like, and then at that time, Agatha and the Penguin were both on, at the same time. So we was getting quality TV just, from these, because, everybody's suffering from superhero fatigue and they sick of it. Well, Marvel and DC was on their shit in October. I will say that. But, so yeah, Agatha all along. Once again, look here. As far as villains who have been main characters this year, Agatha and the Penguin, they had to remind you hoes, just because I'm a main character, bitch, I am a villain. Agatha was a villain, honey. And I appreciate that from her and Penguin, but I did not think I would care at all about this group of women who were going on this road and their journey, but it probably was the best thing next to X-Men 97 that Disney released this year. That, in my opinion, I know a lot of people hated it, but it was so quality. It was hard to hate because it was quality. Especially, I want to say, was it Lilia's episode? Man, come on. In the episode where we found out he was Wiccan. Oh, man, Agatha all along. I hate it was a mini series because I would have been down for a season 2 if it was coming as hard as season 1 did. But okay, in the MCU, they like to tie things together and move along the shows. I think only Loki has been their only show that got 2 seasons. So, okay. Speaking of the Penguin, number 6, the Penguin. The only reason I was watching it is for Colin Farrell. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't expecting a whole lot. Like, the Batman with Robert Pattinson was straight, It wasn't like something I would turn on and watch repeatedly. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't like, so whatever. I just like Colin Farrell. I gotta say, DC did the damn thing. And not just Colin Farrell. Everybody on that cast did not come to motherfucking play. Like, from Sophia really, her and Penguin, boom, they carried. Sophia, when she had her solo episode, baby, I know some Emmy nominations, Golden Globe, something. Because that cast did not come to play. Um, our boy Victor, and what I'm trying not to ruin it for nobody that hasn't watched it, but I think all DC fans collectively was like, okay, we need Batman to show up and beat Penguin ass when what happened when Victor happened. But the show was so strong that we didn't even need Batman. Like he didn't even have to be there. Like we didn't need Batman. I was fine. I was fine without seeing Edward Cullen. I was good. Like I was like, I don't even want to see his ass. Keep that glitter vampire in the background. Colin is doing well. Victor's doing well. Sophia's doing well. We do not need Robert Pattinson ass. And okay, good. They respected that. Maybe they heard my wishes. And yeah, we did not get a glimpse of the Batman until the last episode. When I tell you, between Agatha and the Penguin, having to remind people that the writers did. It's the writers. They did such a good job at making us care about them and feel empathy for them. That when they swooped in to remind us, hold up, these motherfuckers is villains. It felt like betrayal. You know what I'm saying? Like we were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. And Penguin did what he did. And not only to Victor, but to his mama. Like Penguin, he got to get what's coming to him. Like Sophia was technically the villain, but I was so disappointed she didn't get her full revenge. Like, but again, the show is called Penguin, so. But technically, Agatha all along, Agatha was the main character and she died. So it's not like a main character cannot die. But I think they have other use for him in the upcoming Batman movie. So number 6, the Penguin. Number 7 came in late at the end of the year, Arcane Season 2. Now, this is another one that a lot of the fans felt was rushed, but that's only because they could have stretched it out and given us more. It was good. It was really good. Arcane Season 1 was good. So it was quality, the soundtrack, the story, the character arcs. Just in Season 1, I could not stand, what's the blue girl? Not Powder, because she ain't Powder no more. I could not stand Jinx. I could not stand Jinx. She was boo. And then she killed Silco. I mean, I know it was an accident, but still. But this season, she got a redemption arc a little bit. She still had killed some people. Like I mean, I'm not calling her a hero, but to the underground, she was a hero. She was a symbol. Of course, the man of the hour, the boy savior is. I mean, he carried. I wish we could have got more of Echo, and then their episode of him being with Powder in another universe. Oh, I have to agree with the fans that said it felt rushed because they could have given us more. We could have got 2 episodes of him in that universe, and I would have been just fine with it. Like just fine with it. You got some shows like My Hero Academia and Jujutsu Kaisen, maybe it's an anime thing, that draw shit all the way out. I'm like, can you wrap this up? Wrap that shit up. But the little shows with the 8 episodes, they gotta, cram everything. And I'm like, we could have gotten more. They say there was like 60 minutes. I could be wrong, but there was left out scenes of Jinx and an Echo that they took out for, I guess, financial purposes. And I'm like, what? Man, put this shit on DVD or something. Like, I could have gotten more of Arcane. We could have got more. I think they did 3 episodes for like 3 Saturdays in a row. So I guess 9 episodes. And they could have gave us more and I would have been okay with that. They didn't even have to, like, we can get a season 3. Why do they have to end this story now? But they're going to venture into other cities in this universe with upcoming projects. But honestly, I was fine. I was fine in Pill Turbo. But yeah, Arcane did the damn thing at the end of the year that came in strong. However, it was slightly rushed. So I had to put it at number 7. All right, what we got next? Okay. So I put down Fright Night. I mean, not Fright Night, my bad. Fight Night. The $1 Million Heist. I think it was on Peacock, and it was starring Taraji P. Henson, Kevin Hart, Samuel L. Jackson, and it was based on a true story. Quality writing did keep us on the edge of our seat. Chicken Man got more plot armor than any than any character in anime. I just knew he was gonna die several times over. But no, he lived. The heist was wild. The fact that they were able to in a generation where there wasn't much technology like there is today, were able to hunt down everybody and find them who participated in the robbery. And then lo and behold, the plot twist was it actually was I'm really surprised it was Terrence Howard. Oh, he is known. He'll be a hero. I think the only time he was a hero was in Iron Man. Everything else, he is a fucking villain. I think even in what's that? Hustle and Flow. I don't even think he wasn't even a hero in that shit. So it's not really a surprise that Terrence Howard ended up being the person behind it all, even though he was he was on the side of Samuel L. Jackson's character. And poor Chicken Man really just got caught. Like, he just got caught in it. It was just a bad. He's trying to come up. He's trying to rise up in the world of entertainment and making Atlanta what it is today. And he was just trying to make some power moves and really just got fucked over. So I mean, but it was good, good entertainment. It ended. I was okay with the ending, especially since it's based off a true story. So I was actually glad that Chicken Man survived because I was unsure. I didn't think he was gonna make it. But yeah, I put them down for number 8. Okay, so for number 9, it looks like I made a few adjustments. Okay, so for number 9, once again, Netflix, Blood of Zeus season 2. Let me just say this: if you are one of the type of adults that is like, animated stuff is for a children, you are missing out on so much quality storytelling. Because there's animation for children, and yes, there's adult animation. Blood of Zeus is most definitely adult animation, and really Arcane is too. That's not for children. X-Men 97 kind of straddles the fence, but if you like action storytelling, character arcs, character development, don't sleep on animation just because it's not live action. Everything that's live action ain't good, and everything that's animation ain't bad. So be open to it. You missing out on some good shit because Blood of Zeus, baby. Season 1 was fire too, don't get me wrong. And they made us wait damn near 4 years or 3 years for season 2. And I must say it was worth the wait. And it's another one of those shows where they could have given us more and I would have been okay with it. But what we did get was really good. We got character development. We got character arcs. The story is not complete, which is good, unlike Arcane. So there should be a season 3. I don't know why there wouldn't be. It did really well. But yes, if you are into Greek mythology, Blood of Zeus is worth the watch. And season 2 is really good this year. Okay, so for number 10, I think I got a tie. Let me see. You know what? I'm a tie. I put Twilight of the Gods, which is also another. If you like Blood of Zeus, you're gonna love Twilight of the Gods. Once again, if you're into this is more Norse. Am I saying it right? Norse mythology, like Thor, Loki, stuff like that. And it's so different if you mostly know Norse mythology from MCU. If you mostly know it from Marvel, well, Loki is a complicated character. And you know what? He's complicated in this one too, but not always necessarily a villain. But for sure, Thor is always a good guy, at least in the MCU. But in this shit here, baby, Thor was a villain, and for no good reason. He was like the Joker. He was just on some wild shit to be on some wild shit. He did not like the Giants. I don't even remember them giving a good reason why, but he was just giving the Giants hell. And Loki, who everyone has painted as this villain, per usual, he really was a complicated character. Like his reasonings, his methods, was he moving out of self-interest or did he really actually care about people? Like, I love me a good complex character, and Loki brought that shit in this show. And it was just so nice to see, not nice, because I like Thor, but to see an unhinged, blood thirsty Thor was wild. And then the girl who was the main character, who is half giant, she's a small giant. So she was badass. I think this is from Snack. Good lord, from Zack Snyder, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, just it was very surprising. I binged that shit in like a day because again, I like mythology. I'm into that kind of stuff. But yeah, I was like, Thor, Zeus, get your book like not Zeus. I'm mixing up mythologies, Lord. But whoever that daddy, what's the daddy name? I can't think of it. He is like the Zeus of their mythology. But anyway, I was like, get your son, bro. Like Thor was wilding out. The ending, because I think they're trying to have a season two, I'll allow it. But I wanted her to have her vengeance on Thor. I did not want Thor to get away. And the fact that that didn't happen kind of pissed me off. Like we could have wrapped it up and made it one season if Thor got his ass handed to him. But that did not happen. We lost some good people on our side. And now they, they were they at together in season two, hopefully will be on the way. Okay, so since I put, because at first I had Those Who Are About to Die, which is a live action show. I think it was on Peacock. But if you watch Game of Thrones, it was very hard. Like sometimes when people play a villain so well, no matter what whatever else they play in, they still that villain to me. He's Ramsey Bolton, period, because he was in some other show that was on Disney. And I was like, look at Ramsey. And I ain't gonna lie, he's still Ramsey to me because he did Ramsey so well. But in this show, Those Who Are About to Die, once again, I wouldn't call him a hero. He was a little gambler. I think he was over a gambling house or something like that, wherever you place bets at. I wouldn't necessarily call him a villain either. I think he was just a scheming con artist, that one of those types who's just trying to get by and make his way up in the world, who wasn't born from wasn't born from money or anything like that. So yeah, but it was actually pretty good. I do believe they're gonna have a season two. I want to say Peacock is where it was at, but this is like in the time of Caesar and stuff like that. So if you like period pieces, Those Who Are About to Die, yeah. So here's some honorable mentions. Aside from Those Who Are About to Die, Them, which came on Amazon Prime, starring Luke. What's his name? He handsome and he can sing, but they did the damn thing. It was a horror. I didn't like season one of Them. It was very trauma porn to me. But this season took place in a more modern time, and it was about a set of twins. Oh, I done ruined it. I done ruined the surprise. Well, it turns out they was twins. If you ain't watched it yet, shame on you anyway. But and she did not know she had a twin, but they grew up in an abusive foster care system, and they ended up getting split up, and he died and became this thing, this creature or whatever he was, like the red hair, and yeah, he just kind of But it was good. It came out, I want to say around Halloween, so either October, maybe September. I don't know, but it was fire. And it's called Them. It was on Amazon Prime. Season two. Watch season one if you want to. Was it my cup of tea? But season two with Luke, I cannot think of his last name. Forgive me. He played on Star. Noah is who he played on Star. But he's fine AF. And it was just so nice to see him show range. I really love when actors get out of their comfort zone and try something different. Like this villain that he played was a maniac, and he did a fantastic job. So Shogun, I know in some like on the actual list of like the top 100, Shogun is probably like one of the top shows of the year. To me, it was all right. Aesthetically, it was beautiful, but the main character, the white guy, very much so got on my nerves. I was not rooting for him. I thought he was ignorant and stupid. I just felt like in real life, he would have got killed probably as soon as they got off that boat because he talked too much. The person that carried the show was the lady that ended up sacrificing herself, which is wild because why would you kill off the person carrying the show? The women really carried Shogun. Like between her and the woman who was assigned to be his concubine or whatever and show him around that pulled the gun out, them two young ladies carried the show. But because he's white and a man, it was surrounding him and he was an idiot. So for that, it's honorable mention. Who else? Who else? Before I move on to my next category. Okay, those are about to die. Them, Shogun. Hmm. I'm trying to think. Any more honorable mentions before I move on? No, I guess not. I got Blood of Zeus too. Okay, okay. The Penguin. I'm trying to think. I mean, Bridgerton was good this year. It was cute. My favorite season will always be number one, so Bridgerton did not make the list. Who else? What else came out this year? Sorry, House of the Dragons was a little bit of a drag. It wasn't that good. Rings of Power. Okay, Rings of honorable mention. Rings of Power season two. It was better than season one. Um, a lot more action. A lot of side characters really got to shine. Um, so honorable mention for sure. Rings of Power. Trying to think what else. Echo from Disney was pretty good. It wasn't as good as Agatha. I'm just being honest. It was to me, it felt like a cash grab, but I do like that they explored her culture and that Indigenous Americans got an opportunity to show their culture on such a big platform. So I can respect that. I like that. I'm trying to think. I guess that's it for 2024. So we got Your Honor, Eric, Interview with the Vampire Season 2, X-Men 97, Agatha All Along, The Penguin, Arcane Season 2, Fight Night, $1 Million Heist, Blood of Zeus Season 2, and then Twilight of the Gods. Honorable mention, Those Who Are About to Die, Them, and Shogun. I'm sure I'm missing something because there were a lot of good shows this year. But those are just the ones that really, really stuck out. Okay. My next category. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know exactly what to call this, so I'll just pretty much what it is people who are not the main character but stole the show. I want to say the I Am Him Awards for 2024. And I think I did movies and shows, but it's mostly shows. There were some shows that the side characters just did the damn thing and the main characters were what they were. But yes, sometimes the side people got to be acknowledged. So that's what this is. Number one, you know what? I don't even think it's in order. In no particular order, but number one is Gambit, for sure. Remy LeBeau, Gambit, X-Men 97. Is he a main character? No, he didn't even live all the way through the season. But did he carry? Yes. Did he go out like an absolute G, capital G at that? Yes. Remy LeBeau, Gambit, he is him. My sons call it Aura. So these are the Aura Awards. If I said it wrong, forgive me. I am country, but man, if Gambit ain't got aura, I don't know what. He went out like a motherfucking G. And, I don't follow the comics, but I've seen a lot of the people online being like, he gonna come back as one of the 4 horsemen. He's coming back. Okay, good. I'm ready for season 2, but they got all that damn drama going on. So Gambit, it's no particular order, but Gambit is number 1. I know that. Number 2, baby Echo, Arcane. Come on now. He carried literally the boy savior. Literally the boy who what was it? The crash time, broke time. The boy who broke time. I don't even play League of Legends, but the fact that they took that character and just made him so prominent to this story and gave him such a character arc. And it's heartbreaking. His character arc is heartbreaking because people feel sorry for Powder and Vi, but for fucking what? Like, Echo was an orphan too. The only thing he knew as a father was murdered in front of him. Technically, Vander wasn't even murdered. He was just, changed into a beast. No, they fucking killed, what's his name, Benzo? In front of our boy. Now, Echo is clearly black. Benzo was not. So it was obvious he was an orphan just like they were. And instead of becoming a homicidal maniac like Jinx did, He created the firelights. Like, even after all that drama, he could have either went evil, like Jinx did, been about himself, like Vi did, or somewhere getting in trouble. But no, he became a vigilante, like a good guy. He created this place where people from the Undercity who were affected by Shimmer in a negative way could come and live. He created a safe haven. He fought the good fight with the Firelights against Silco and Jinx. He deserved the world. He really did. And so he got it for a moment in time. For my Arcane fans, y'all catch that little, because he is the boy who stopped time. But anyway, for a moment in time, he got to go to a different universe where he had it all. He had his mentor, both of them. The Undercity was thriving. He had Powder. He did not have Jinx. He had Powder, and she loved him. He loved her. He had everything in his universe. And I remember me and my son was watching, and I was like, I ain't gonna be mad at him if he decides to stay here because he deserves it. But like a true hero, like a real nigga, what does he do? He fixes the time machine. He goes back to his own timeline and he saves the day. Now, with him saving the day, not only did he lose his current mentor, so this will be the second time he has lost like a father figure. He also he lost the Powder that he loved in the other universe, and he lost Jinx in this universe. Even the fucking villain got to have his daughter at the end of the day. Caitlyn got to have Vi, you know, but the boy who literally saved the day, who gave everything up to do the right thing, to be selfless, ended up with nothing. If that's not Aura, Aura, Shara, Bara, I don't care. If that ain't it, that ain't it. I have become a fan of Arcane, League of Legends, all of that off of Echo alone. Like, the writers did that. They say that's not the last we'll see of him, which is why they didn't wrap his story up so good. He deserves more screen time. He's a good fucking character. And no, he's not the main character. Vi and Kate, I don't really care about them. Whatever. Where's Echo? But yes, so Gambit would be number one. I mean, no particular order, but I know Echo is top 5. So anyway, number 3, we have Victor from Penguin. For the people that watch Penguin, y'all know how that ended, and I'm not even gonna hold you. A part of me was pissed, but I'm not surprised. Penguin showed us his true colors from day one. The writers just did a good job of getting our eyes off of it and making us empathize with him, making us relate to him. He's trying to get the underdogs together against the big crime bosses. He's got Victor as his right-hand man. The writers made us care about Victor and his story arc, but let's be clear. The Penguin did give him a chance to get away. He had a girlfriend who was like, let's go to California, let's start over. He pulled his stuttering ass up to the bus stop and then drove off. And that was his own downfall. So it's like, I hate what happened to Victor. But on the other hand, sometimes you gotta listen to your woman, man. Ping was like, I'm not putting no gun in your head, you can go. He meant that. But to show his loyalty, which ended up getting him jacked up in the end, he came back. And we saw the reward for his loyalty. I'm trying not to spoil it for people that didn't watch it. But can I say that Victor did the damn thing? That he, as far as a right-hand man goes, Victor was that guy. He deserved, similar to Echo, he deserved much better. He deserved the world. He already had lost his parents to the foolishness of the Riddler. And now he lost his girl. And, well, we saw how it ended. So, but yeah, Gambit, Echo, Victor for show. Next, I want to say Lilia off of Agatha All Along, the Queen of Cups. That's what her episode was called. And she was the one who was a tarot card reader. She only got one episode. But when they brought her storyline together, because it seemed like she would just have moments where her brain would just go somewhere else. And technically it was. She was kind of broken up through time. Her and Echo got that in common. So, I mean, they're both time travelers, if you will, in their own way. And And so when her story finally came together, and similar to Echo, I mean, she didn't Echo didn't sacrifice herself, but she did. So in the end, she did sacrifice herself for the group. And when I say her episode had me in motherfucking tears, I think I rewatched The Queen of Cups. I want to say a total of 3 to 4 times. The music was on point. Everything was on point. The way they brought her storyline together, man, Disney did the damn thing. So she's definitely number 4. Um, who I got written down? So the white-haired friend on Kaiju number 8. Not the main character, but his homeboy with the white hair. Forgive me, don't know the name. I'll probably put in a caption or something like that. But he was a G. He was gonna stand beside old boy, whether he was a monster or not. I think he knew he was a monster. Yeah, he did know. And he really tried to hold his own and protect his secret as much as he could. And he was really down for the main character. So I was like, I gotta put him on the list. I apologize, nerds. I don't know his name. So if you know it, you can put it in the comments. But yeah, he did the damn thing. I'm ready for Kaiju number 8, season 2. But I definitely think he did help carry him and that main guy who was like Levi, except in this universe, the little chili bowl dude with the swords. Them two really carried. And I'm not gonna lie, I like the main character of Kaiju number 8. So, but the white-haired homeboy, oh yes, he was him. Who else? I got Unique of, was his name Unique? Raising Kanan? Let me make sure. Technically, he started off as a villain, but he some kind of way came around, and I want to say his name is Unique. Let me see. Raising Kanan. Cast. Let me see. Yeah, it looks. I do believe his name is Unique. So I can't see the whole name, but Kadeem. I want to say Unique. I'm going with Unique. I'm pretty sure that is his name. But anyway, yes. So he started off technically as kind of like a villain, but he kind of eased his way over into rocking them crew. He's shown his loyalty to them. We thought he was gone, and then he popped up like a motherfucking daisy at the end of the season, and I thought that was so G of him. But yeah, I am a fan. I do believe the name is Unique. Google is playing games with me right now, but if I'm not mistaken, it's Unique. But and Raising Kanan comes on Stars. Yeah, on Stars. So this is a movie, and it just came out. But Shadow from Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Let's be real. A lot of people are saying that Sonic 3 is their favorite, but let's keep it a buck, okay? Is Sonic 3 really the best of the franchise, or is Shadow just him? Every fight scene Shadow was in was fire. He got a blicky, he's on a bike, he's doing a Kira slide. Like, he is him. But we're not gonna sit here and fake like Sonic 3 was better than Sonic 2. It wasn't. You just like Shadow. Be real, you just like Shadow. So I mean, and then he ended up, sacrificing himself like a G. It's Keanu fucking Reeves doing the voice acting. Like, how can you not love him? He's in black and red. He got a little Jordans on. He got that deep, serious ass voice, while Sonic is, Kitty, and Knuckles is super serious, but he's also slightly goofy. Knuckles is my favorite, by the way. Just putting it out there. Team Knuckles. But yeah, Shadow was not the main character. He wasn't part of the Team Sonic, but he definitely did the damn thing. Oh yes. He was the best part of the whole movie, if you ask me. I mean, Keanu Reeves, excuse me, is a very he does what he does. He's the action guy. Okay, Shadow is the action guy. So when there would be times where Shadow needed to display emotions a little bit more that really would have reeled people in, it's Keanu Reeves. So he didn't necessarily execute that the best he could, but the action parts, oh, for sure. Like, this is Neo we talking about. This is John Wick. So yeah, Shadow was definitely him. I put down Claudia from Interview with the Vampire. I mean, of course, she went out like a capital G. I mean, she screamed a little bit at the end. Who the fuck wouldn't? But When I say that whole scene where she was on trial, she was like, "Sir, take off your hat." I done seen what everybody in this bitch look like. If there is a underlife, is there what she say? If there is an afterlife, I'm coming for every one of you hoes. Period. Like she went out like a capital G. She knew what was up. She didn't deserve that. Claudia deserved. She's another one that deserved the world, but got fucked over by the main character. If we gonna keep it a buck. Um, I listed somebody else here, and if I say the name wrong, forgive me. But Senta Yamada from Hell's Paradise, and technically Hell's Paradise came out in 2023, but I just caught it this year on Crunchyroll, and he's a side character also. I'm a little rusty because I think I watched it in like June or July. It's been some months, but I do remember him going out like a G. I do remember him being on some G shit, and I was like, okay, Hell's Paradise. Yeah, I see you. I see him. He was very loyal to the sticky girl, the girl that did the web slinging or whatever she did, the sticky stuff. And he was a G. He looked like a little nerd with his glasses and a little round belly, but oh, he was a G. So that is it. I'm trying to think. Because there were some things, but for the most part, characters who just, they weren't main characters, but they stole the show. I guess that's the way to put it. Um, yeah, I gotta say. Oh, okay. Also, okay, honorable mention, Jujutsu Kaisen did have a new season this year. A hell of a season. I'm shocked. Okay, honorable mention on both because it was pretty good. It was a little bit of a slow burn at first, but oh boy, with the little cleavers who wore the glasses, he went out like a G. So definitely him and old girl with the hammer, even though we lost them, they went out like some G's. They ain't going like no punks. Main character, him and his inside demon were somewhere bullshitting while they was handling business. And we lost them. And who knows? According to the groups I'm in, they ain't coming back. They ain't coming back. But okay, so if we're gonna go there, another honorable mention, My Hero Academia, the new season from I keep saying this year, but good lord, it's 2025. The new season that aired in 2024, Bakugo. He's not my favorite. I'm an icy hot girl. Make it say ice, 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 hottie, hot, hot, hot. Yeah, but I never even liked Bakugo. I'm sorry, I'm probably saying his name wrong. If my sons could hear me, they would be laughing their asses off. But the character arc is there. Did he go out like a G? I mean, technically he ain't all the way out just yet. But did he stand on business? Oh, Bakugo stand on business. He went up against a big boss like a G. And mind you, they're still students. Green haired boy was somewhere, main character once again somewhere bullshitting. The little homie stood on business. He stood on big business. I did not like his character at all until this season. I ain't even gonna hold you. And I'm still team Icy Hot. Icy Hot stood on big business too. But yeah, Lil Daddy Bakugo, what's his murder prince? What's his what's the stupid superhero name he gave himself? Kill Murder Prince, some long shit. But did he guard like a G? Yes, ma'am. So I forgot. I apologize for forgetting to mention him. But well, to me, they are dragging this last season out. They're dragging the fight out so long. Baby, wrap this shit on up. I feel like this whole fight could have gotten wrapped up in this season. But I guess you gotta make it, you gotta make it good. So, okay. Some shit just got me stretched out. But meanwhile, Arcane went to shove their final battle into two little episodes. Right? Really an episode and a half. But anywho, that is it. That is my wrap up for 2024 as far as television shows and streaming. Also, side characters that stole the show. Now, if there were some that you guys liked or that you thought I may have forgotten, then feel free to mention it in the comments. But again, this is in my opinion. I know there were shows that came out this year like Solo Leveling. Sorry, I could not even finish season 1, so there are people that feel like it's a top 10 show. It probably is on some list, but for me, it just didn't do it. So I didn't mention it. But I know there were other things that came out last year that were way more popular. But me, I'm just saying, you know. Dune. I think Dune is still kind of out, and it's straight. Me, you know. Yellowstone didn't end well. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, if Yellowstone would have had a better last season, then I would have mentioned it. But mew. So, but that's it for this evening. I'm gonna try to focus back more on strictly doing television, and things like that. And shout out to the podcast. This is technically like our 5th anniversary, if I'm not mistaken. December 31st of 2018. I want to say, it's either 2018 or 2019. Lord, was my first episode ever of doing the Thick Writer Chick podcast. We had switched over to the Binge Babe, and then we switched back over to the Thick Writer Chick. I may switch back over to the Binge Babe because I want to focus more on strictly television shows, movies, and I might occasionally do an episode where we talk about like life stuff. You know, maybe call it Courtney's Corner or something like that. I don't know, but Thick Writer Chick life shit episode. Or maybe do that once a month. But I do want to get back to to my niche, to the heart of things. You know, which is hold on, which is television shows. This is my Game of Thrones poster. So yeah, that, you know, so be looking out. I'm back. I had to take a little break to handle some business and work on some projects that I'm trying to get out. I don't want to just review good movies and shows. I want to create them. Books too. So I mean, to write and bring you quality stuff, it takes energy, it takes time, and plus I still work a full-time job. But I will try to stay on top of these things. So yeah. Well, thank you for joining, and good night, and have a happy new year. I'm looking forward to 2025 and the great things it has in store for us. Bye.
I am the stone that the builder refused. I am the visual, the inspiration that made ladies sing the blues. I'm the spark that makes your idea bright. The same spark that lights